Are you one of those people who want to find tools to help you change your life? Do you want to know how to manifest the good things in life? How to find happiness and keep happiness? How to have a formula that works? Well, you've come to the right place because this program is being created each week to inspire, uplift, and solve a problem or a situation in your life's journey. Now, today, I'm going to talk about the 3-step formula for manifesting what you want, and as a bonus, a special guest is here, Mary-Lynne Monroe, Master Storyteller. So welcome, welcome, welcome to Hang Out with Sandra Longmore. I'm here the first 3 Saturdays of the month. By the way, I might be having a change on when I'm here, and I'm looking for my visual on that, but I don't seem to see it. But anyway, I might have some change. I might go to Thursdays at noon. It depends on what they want to do with my classroom here, because they're adding another class on the school where I teach. And by the way, I'm in my classroom here at Medallion Art School in Vancouver, Washington. So more about me. I am an energy master practicing the craft of mastering energy. Energy is everything. And that means that I'm flowing with the highest vibration of the universe. And I like to call that vibrazione, because vibrazione is a really interesting word. It's an Italian word, and I think it has a lot of kind of zest to it. So I try 24 hours a day to get that vibrazione feeling. And I do that because I have become certified as a law of attraction trainer, and I'm a certified life coach, and I'm a certified master of advanced coaching, life coaching. And this show that you're going to get today is about learning and living that high vibrazione through the art of living ageless. And I have created 2 communities around the art of living ageless. This one, which is the Art of Living Ageless, and that is one community. You just go on Google Plus to join these communities. They're all free. And this is the other one. It's the Art, Artist, Crafter, and Mentor community, and it has mastermind support. And the purpose there is to look at your life, to stand back and say, hey, I did that, and I did it my way. And the communities also are to bring you thoughts, beauty, and solutions to anything that you need those things. So if you want inspiration and you want to learn how to live your life better, more happier, then that's what this show is all about, to bring people, experts on different venues, and bring them to you, the viewers. So together we create this kind of group as a mastermind where we each reach down and we find the others. Today we have somebody from Germany here, Mary-Lynne, and you'll hear from her in a minute. And so it's all about networking and being together with like-minded people. And so now I'd like to introduce my panel, my really rich, beautiful panel today. And we're going to start with you, Tony. So can you unmute yourself?
Hi, I'm Tony Winters. I'm an artist here at the art school, take classes, and I've met Sandra, many years ago, and enjoy her company and enjoy being on her panel and helping her out. So nice to meet you all.
Awesome, Tony. And next is Mary-Lynne.
Hi, my name's Mary-Lynne, and I am the storyteller for today, and I've known Sandra for a lot of years too, and I like playing with story and playing with the arts of all kinds, and incorporating a lot of that into the spiritual practice, and then bringing it all to everybody else. So I like the community of like-minded people as well. Good to meet you all.
Thanks, Mary-Lynne. And then Mylene, right? I murder her name.
Don't worry. I love to feel energy, paint energy, and live in the moment with the vibration and see what comes through in my work. And often it's paintings, and I think it just fits beautifully that you're talking today about manifesting and storytelling. So I'm very curious.
Awesome. And where are you from?
I'm from Nuremberg in Germany, the cold Bavaria at the moment.
Isn't that awesome? Technology brings us all together, all these like-minded people. I love that. So now to get you up to speed if you're first time. So energy, like I told you, and that's because I want to get that energy to work for me. And I do that through your learning and being certified with Law of Attraction. And you might have felt as though every time you think a thought or you speak a word, the universe is listening or responding to you. Or you may have experienced in your life things like coincidence or serendipity or observed things and people showing up at times and you wonder, what is that all about? I had a strong desire for them and now here they are right in front of me. Well, this is all the experience of the law of attraction. You see, the law of attraction isn't a person or a thing or a superior being. It's a vibration, a vibrazione, vibration. And it only has one job, and that job is to match your energy. So that's it. I'm going to bring that card up so we can really see it. So law of attraction is a vibration, and its one job is to match energy. And this is going to be really important because later in this hangout, we're going to really talk about it and see it in action. So whatever you give your focus, attention, and desire to, you're going to get more to it, and the vibration is going to be matched, until you say, oh, or it's good. So that's what you're going to find out, how to tap into that energy, learn the principles of law of attraction, and stop attracting the things that you don't want over and over again. And most of all, you're going to learn how to laugh and have fun and just be more thoroughly alive than ever. Now I'm going to reintroduce the topic, and the topic today is the art of storytelling, the law of attraction, and tolerating uncertainty. You know, those are those moments when we don't have the answers, when we have to trust. And this topic, as I was contemplating it this week, really reminds me of the three-step formula of manifesting whatever you want. And that three-step formula is, I've got all these cards here. The first step is, this is here. This is here because of me fumbling around here. Okay, the first step is, there it is. The first step is you have a thought. And once you have a thought, it goes into an emotion or a vibration. After the emotion, the thought goes into a vibration, and then you get results. That's the three-step result, the way it works. So the first step is to identify what you want. And these steps really do take some practice and awareness and really just a new way of consciousness, a new way of thinking. And don't worry, it's fun. It really is fun. So the first step is to identify what you want. And the second step is to give your desire attention. And the third step is you get what you vibrate. It's just as simple as that. 1, 2, 3. Sounds really easy, doesn't it? Why did I spend all that money then getting certified? Why do I practice all the time? Because that's what it takes to really get on top of your game. So let's, for instance, say you ask for what you want. And just as a kind of a sample, is say you want, I want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? And so then here I am. I have the first step, which is I want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And after the first step, then you have stated what you want. So then the second step is that you allow it. What? Allow it. What is allow? Allow means that you don't mess it up. You just kind of step back and let it come to you. And think about this, okay? This is the tricky part, is because you know what you want, you've already stated it, and then you don't want to mess it up, right? Because the law of attraction is the energy that which brings it to you, and it's busy matching your desire. It's very busy matching. Remember that card, it's busy matching. And then you get some funny thoughts or different thoughts. And I'm going to give you a visual. I found this in the school today. This is your vibrational bubble. So say if you had this vibrational bubble on top of you, behind you, all around you, you have a vibrational bubble. And in that bubble is what you put, is your thoughts you put in. And so you have the bubble here, and you're thinking different thoughts, and you put them in. And if they match the energy, healthy, wealthy, and wise, if they match the energy, and that's what you put into the bubble, you match the energy, then you're going to have good results. Because remember, your thoughts, emotions, vibrations, you get the results. So you're going to have good results. But what about if you forget the concept, and you start thinking something like, I can't really be wealthy, because nobody in my family was wealthy. I can't really be wealthy, because people who are poor stay poor. Or only the rich get richer. Or I'm too young to be wealthy. Or I'm too old to be wealthy. And when you get old, you're not healthy either. So, do you see those vibrations that are created there? Those vibrations, those thoughts, emotions, and vibrations that I started putting in my bubble when I started thinking about what I really wanted was healthy, wealthy, and wise, but I started putting in the negative ones, then that's what I get, because law of attraction doesn't have a brain. It doesn't care what you're thinking or what you're saying. It's matching the energy. So you might be looking and say, hey, law of attraction, don't you know better than that? Don't you know that I want good things? I want healthy, wealthy, and wise. And you're not bringing me that. You're bringing me something different. What are you doing that for? Why are you doing that? You see, it's all about vibration, because what you think is what you get. It's as simple as that. 1, 2, 3. And you see, the wealthy part of your desire, when you say, those things about the poor gets poorer and all the kind of belief systems you might have, that makes your desire less strong. It dilutes it, so you get less. So if you have, say, a vibration meter like this that matches your desire, say law of attraction, who's here matching your energy, and it comes along and it says, what do they want? Oh, they want average. They want average here. Whoop, there it goes. They want average thinking. They want just so-so wealth. Okay, no problem. Matches so-so wealth. Or they think that they don't deserve wealth. Then you're going to get a lower part of your desire. Or they just plain don't think that they deserve it or anything, so they're not going to get it at all. And there you are, you're wondering, why isn't that working? I've been thinking the good things, but you really haven't. You've been putting things in your vibrational bubble that offset what you wanted in the first place. And that's how that whole thing works. So you could do things like, you could put some different words into this bubble. You could put some really cool words, like things like, let's see, if I change my words, I'm going to get better results. So I'm going to put in something like, things are really always working out for me. Eventually, they always do work out for me. And when I think about it, there are probably a lot of people in the world who are very wealthy, and they They could have been young or they could have been old. Who knows? Lots can happen. You know, I have a good chance to see things getting better for the better. And I trust that the universe always has my back and will probably help me achieve my desire if I keep these good thoughts flowing. So the idea then is to put better feeling thoughts, general better feeling thoughts in your vibrational bubble. And then the vibrational bubble gets this little glimmer and it gets some good ideas, maybe how to create that wealth. Lots can happen. You can inherit things. You could have some mineral rights from an old relative that might give you money. And so there's all those kinds of things that can happen. And then things might go really, really well, but then say you are just observing things like a TV program. And on that TV program, you see someone who's lost a fortune overnight. And then you can start going down the rabbit hole again. You can start putting things in the bubble that isn't going to get you your desire of healthy, wealthy, and wise. So it's it's not only what you think, but it's what you observe, what you see that can change your vibration. So it's very, very tricky. And you need to practice, because once you catch yourself thinking, that's a really good sign. If you start hearing yourself thinking, wait a minute, that's not what I want. So the great words that you could use when you start thinking something like, oh, it's not ever going to happen. I've just wanted this forever and it's not ever going to happen. When, oh, Sandra, stop. Stop right there. Reframe. Do a reset. Put a reset button in your head and reset that thought to something different, like things could happen. Always things happen that are good for me. I like the way everything can flow in and out. And then you begin to change again your vibrational bubble. And pretty soon law of attraction comes along. I mean, it's matching anyway. So pretty soon it comes along and matches more of that energy. But it's good feeling energy. And so you get more of that good feeling energy. So remember, you have to give the law of attraction the stuff you want to match. You wouldn't go into your kitchen and pull out a ketchup bottle and flour and sugar and think you are making a wonderful treat for your family. Well, to harness the law of attraction is the same thing. You have to have the necessary ingredients to make yourself what you want. To find yourself healthy, wealthy, and wise, you need to have these good feeling ingredients. And those ingredients are within your willpower. They are the thoughts you think and the things you observe and the ability to reframe what you think and observe so that it brings to you more what you do want and less of what you don't want. So the more you practice uplifting thoughts and get around like-minded people like these in my panel, and the more you do things like walk in nature and drink a lot of water and find things to smile about and laugh about, the more you will be in alignment with your highest desires. And the more that you know, the more good ingredients you give law of attraction to just match that energy. So now to spotlight my guest, Mary-Lynne, and see how this story she created over the week dovetails to the act of allowing. And this happens, this is a serendipity thing Mary-Lynne and I do every month, is she comes up with a story and I come up with a law of attraction tip, and it always just kind of dovetails right into each other, and it's just exciting for us. We get really excited before and after the broadcast to see how it's going to work out. Introduce Mary-Lynne, and my hunch is that she's going to have some really fun things for you to hear about tolerating uncertainty and those moments when you don't have the answer. So Mary-Lynne, you're on.
Great. And I do love the way that these things kind of fall together, like you said, that because we don't always have a chance to get together and really chat about it. And it is that vibration of just going, okay, it's time and it's going to work out. So my story is tolerating uncertainty, and it's an interesting young woman. So when Ella first arrived in, she wanted to, I know you won't get to all of them, but you're going to be there, so you might as well soak up as much culture as you can. Her friend, Carlita, gave her the address of the fanciest mall. Of course, that was what was always on Carlita's mind. You've got to go there. Just take a picture of it for me. It'll be the coolest thing ever. Neither of these options suited Ella. She wasn't all that interested in museums, well, at least not right away. And going to the mall? What could be so different and wonderful about that? What Ella wanted to do was, well, she wasn't really sure what she wanted to do. Kind of like where she wanted to go. Ella started commuter train and she followed along. She was thinking about the question everyone asked before she left for the city. Why are you going? She felt odd telling them she was uncertain of her reason for going. Little feeling kind of in the mind, some reason for her to go. If you're that uncertain, why now? Why not wait until you know what you want to do and where you want to go? She couldn't really tell Carlita, well, mostly because Carlita had already laughed at her, that she wouldn't really know until she was in the city. She knew that. That was the only certainty that she felt, was that she simply had to go. So she saved her money, she bought her ticket, and here she was. Now, she'd only bought a one-way ticket. And in the pack that she had brought, she brought some clothes, 2 changes of clothes, some toilet. She really wasn't sure if she was staying 1 night, 2 nights, or if she was going to turn around and go back tonight. All of this uncertainty really should have made her feel uncomfortable. It kind of old. But she felt that much uncertainty and even embraced it inside. There was this deep sense that she needed to do this and that it was all going to be okay. That was really, really strong inside of her. So when Ella reached the station door, as she was going out with all of those people, she pushed it open, and then she kind of stood on the sidewalk outside the door, and she looked around. She looked to the left, and she looked kind of in front of her, and she looked to the right. She just kind of let her eyes wander and take in the sights of the city. And off to her left, in the direction that she first looked, was this shaft of reflected light. You know how that sometimes happens? Turned, something about that light was drawing her. She crossed 3 different streets, looking around, yet constantly keeping sight of the spot where she'd seen that shaft of light. Of course, the shaft itself was gone now because she wasn't in the same place or at the same angle to actually see it, but she was pretty sure it had come from this building in whose shadow she now stood. So she pushed open the door to the lobby and she walked in. "Good afternoon," said a pleasant voice. Ella turned to see a man in a uniform standing next to the doors. "May I help you?" Ella felt herself smile. What was she going to tell this stranger? That a shaft of light directed her to come to this building? "I'm not certain," she replied. "I arrived on the commuter train just now, and, well, I'm not quite sure." She laughed. "I guess that must sound pretty strange to you." "I did the exact same thing 5 years ago. I came on the train, and there was a help wanted sign on the door. I applied for the job and have been here ever since. You simply have to tolerate the uncertainties long enough to get to what's certain." And to the lobby. The uniformed man turned. "May I help you?" The young man replied, "I'm not sure." At that, both Ella and the uniformed man grinned at each other, and then they began to laugh. And that's the end of my story.
Awesome, Mary-Lynne. And that does so tie into allowing. Trust. I know those things have happened to me so many times, all the time, about just a little bit of lag time, and then all the cooperative components come together and something happens that's great for me. And it's just such an energy. Law of attraction is just so much fun. So tell me, Tony or Mylene, you can just chime in here. What kind of an aha do you have about this story and about coincidence and trust and allowing? Who wants to go first? Mylene, what about you?
I'll go. I'll speak. Trust and allowing, I think this is the easiest but the most difficult to do. Just in as I said, I believe very strongly in setting an attention of what I would love to do and want to do or choose to do, and to really feel what it's all about, and then just letting it go and see what the unexpected things are that happen. Because often I could never imagine what will happen. It is so much larger and so much, most of the time, so different. Yeah, because I'm growing into it, and that's the beautiful. If I just let go,
Yes.
it gets bigger. It gets
Yes.
more magical.
Yes. Yeah, growing into it. That's a really good point. I remember when I was wanted to get my certification for law of attraction. I didn't have any money, and I still wanted to do that. I had put out the desire, and through some unusual circumstances, I came up with the money and found myself on the plane going to Memphis, Tennessee. And the first unusual circumstance was that I went to the bank to start a brand new account to open up my life coaching business, and the guy said, "Well, you have money. You have money here. That's an old account. You have money in this old account." And I said, "I do." And he says, "Yeah, you have $800. And I thought, well, that's kind of what I need, that money to get to Memphis. So I said, "Oh, thanks a lot," and ordered checks. Then I went home and I started cleaning some drawers, and I found some cash I had put in there, $350 that I had stuffed in a sock. I don't know if you guys ever do that, but sometimes I do that. And so there I had $1,000, and then I found out I had free airline miles, and then I needed to just come up with some money, but not this tremendous amount. And so I found myself on the way to Memphis. Later I found out that that money in the bank account was not my money. It was my daughter's money, and it was an old account that she had kept active and she was still using. So anyway, I had to repay her, but I had to tell her what happened. And so I had the desire, I had the trust, and then it happened. Now, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to. I was pretty embarrassed about having to tell my daughter what I did. It didn't happen the way I wanted it to, but somehow I was supposed to go to Memphis no matter what. And the energies of the universe arranged it for me to get going. And sometimes it just looks like that. It's strange. It doesn't look like you want it the way you want it to do. It just happens, and it's really interesting that way. Has that ever happened to any of you guys?
Um, when I first came to the school, I just walked in the door. Tell me what's going on here, and uh, I've been a painter since I was 16. And when I retired, I thought maybe I should find out how I should do it properly. And I came in and met Bob, showed me around, started signing up for classes, and now I have a whole new group of friends and a much better art knowledge and better product. So yeah, some things just fall in line when you least expect them.
Yeah, that's so true. Yes. Sure glad you walked in that door there, Tony.
Me too.
Well, and I have to say, when I first met Sandra, she was doing her clothing art, and she had a booth at Saturday Market, and she and I came there with this man that I was dating at the time, or that I was with at the time. Now my just kind of kept coming back and loved her clothing and loved the energy of it, and then and discovered that there was a lot of similarity between us on the exact same spiritual path, but the lessons our friendship and our relationship just kept growing and growing from there. So that was wonderful. So yeah, it was just kind of putting out there that it was nice to have like-minded people. That's what happened. What happened?
Yeah, I remember that day clearly. Yeah, yeah, that was really awesome. So, Mylene, what about you?
Oh, I had the same. I wanted to go to a light conference in Hawaii, and I just knew I needed to be there, and I had no idea, 4 months earlier, and suddenly one thing fell into the other. My husband had miles he could give me. Someone showed up to stay with my son. At that time, he was 4. It's not a time you want to leave for 2 or 3 weeks to go far. And it just once, and at the end, I was sitting there in the conference room on Kauai, and I said, "Oh my God!" And I met these fascinating people, that really changed my view of seeing the universe and seeing myself, and the wisdom I took back, so I understand who I am better, and I believed it was the right thing, and that's what it was, and suddenly things happened. And I was scared to voice my wish, my intention. And the moment I voiced it, to my husband and my son and everyone, that is when I said, "Oh my God, I did the right thing." It's not just the moment of thinking it, but it also helps to voice it and to the ones who are involved in it as well. And then it can move much faster into reality. That's when you materialize.
So true. Yeah, you get that momentum and like-minded energy of the people around you. Yeah, we're doing something like that with the school lately, with the art school here, where we're working together more. And it's just like lit a fire under people. It's like they're coming out of the woodwork with little sticky note ideas that we're putting on a board, and it's just expanding, and it's exciting to be a part of something that's expanding and isn't stagnant. There's nothing like it. It's like, creating that beautiful piece of art, or creating your business anew, maybe creating your marriage anew, or whatever. And the thing is that you state the desire, and then the universe or the cooperative components that need to get in place before it can come to you are all working. They're all in that bubble working away, and you just got to get the heck out of the way so it can come. So you don't say, if you start saying things like, oh well, I get free air miles, I can do this. Stuff can happen. People can give you air miles. You might win it. All kinds of things can happen. Maybe where you want to go, you need to go to get the desire done, is not far away where you need an airplane. Maybe it's right next door from the person that's right next door. So you don't know what these cooperative components are in the bubble. You don't know those. So to just kind of cool it and allow and trust and know that it's going to come, because the universe always has your back. He always has your back, always wants your best interest. And law of attraction is not the person that's got your back. Law of attraction is just over there matching that energy, whatever you're putting out. So that's where your job is. And between asking for the desire and the manifestation of the desire is the step 2, which is the allow, and it's also called the gap sometimes. So during that gap, just learn how to allow and trust and laugh a lot, like in Mary-Lynne's story. Learn how to laugh. So that about wraps up our program today. It's been really fun. What a fun program. And so I would like my panel to tell you where you can get a hold of them and want to see more of them. So we'll start on the left here. So Mylene, where can people get a hold of you?
Yes, I would love to get connected with people. My website is a good place. It's www.mylenelke.com. Also on Facebook and Twitter or YouTube. That's where I am. Or Google Plus. So all these places where we connect over the internet is a good opportunity. I would like to meet some more artists and spiritual artists and exchange what we can exchange and support each other.
Awesome. Mary-Lynne?
Okay, so the best place, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm still experimenting with it, but the best place is what's listed in my little thing down here, unfoldingmyths.blogspot.com, because that has a lot of the stories and the things that I've been writing about on my journey.
Great. And Tony? Tony.
I too am on Facebook, and I have my email address too. It's winterstoni1@aol.com. So welcome many friendships.
Awesome. And I'm Sandra Longmore. Everything is under Sandra Longmore. My internet site, sandralongmore.com. Social media is all Sandra Longmore. And then the Google Plus community that you can join is Artist, Artisan, and Crafter Mentor community. And it's actually, that's not it. It's Artist, Artisan, Crafter Business Group community. It's down, hangout with sandralongmore.com/events. It can give you a listing of all my events and all my communities. And then the community is a G+ community for artists called Artist, Artisan, and Crafters Business Support Group. Yeah, Got it. So that's our program. That's a wrap for today. And I'm so happy you were here. Now, next week is my week to take off. And so I will see you the 1st of February. Have a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.
Bye.